Andy has been took his off all day, so I guess it's a Holly vlog day. I know Andy has talked a lot about like his journey to get like where he is and everything, and I mean, our past, gosh, 5 years has been kind of wild. Honestly, it's been wild. So, like 5 years ago, I was working for an outpatient clinic. I always wanted to work in heart cath. And so I found a job at a local hospital working in heart cath where I was going to be starting up a whole a brand new just program, brand new program. And I heard about it from a friend of mine that I used to work with. And she's like, hey, you be our last piece coming into this program. Come work with me, basically, is what it was. And so I had it made at that clinic. It was good hours, decent-ish money. Knew everybody there. Everything was going well. Pretty good health insurance. And so I knew this is what I always wanted to do. From the time that I shadowed it in school, I knew I wanted to be in heart cath. And so I came home. I told him, I was like, this is it. I'm finally going to do it. So I applied for the job. Interviewed with the radiology director there. She's like, absolutely, this is awesome. You'll be the last person of this team. Start in September. I don't know what it is about jobs in September. I always start a job in September. It's the craziest thing. So I get the job. She hires me. And then I get a phone call like a week later, and they said, hey, the person who interviewed you, the radiology director, is actually not going to be over the program anymore. It's going to be this person in respiratory. So you need to come in and interview with her. And I said, well, do I still have the job? They said, yes, you still have the job. You just need to meet your boss that you never met but you're hired for. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So I go in, shake hands with this woman. I said, hi, we've never met. You didn't hire me personally, but I'm on this team. She's like, oh, good. You're the first one on this team. Because apparently when they switched who was going to be running it, everyone else quit except for me. So then at that point, it was hiring on and getting everybody from the ground up. I was the first, and we hired from there. And that's what I did for 3 years of my life. We started up this program. It was everything to me. We survived the pandemic with it. You can ask my husband. I poured everything into this program because it was what I wanted to do. It was my passion. I thought it was my life's work. I didn't want to leave. That was it for me. That was it. And then we found out that I was pregnant after the tornado. I thought I was pregnant when the Mayfield tornado happened in 2021, tested that night, but the pregnancy test was at that point like 5 years old, and it came up negative, and I was like, well, I think I am. Like, something tells me I am pregnant, but it came up negative, and I didn't understand. But after that is when I finally got the positive pregnancy test, and from that moment, I told them that I was pregnant. Everything changed. The whole demeanor towards me changed. And a lot of stuff was going real bad, real fast. And I just knew at that point that I could not do this and have a newborn. So it was the breaking point. It was the breaking point at that time. And Andy had told me at that point, he's like, we've done this for 3 years. It's not getting any better. I don't know what has to give, but something has to give. And you can't keep going with a baby like this. So I was forced to go on maternity leave early in July, and I basically just told everyone, I'm not coming back. Officially, I'm coming back, but unofficially, I'm not coming back. And so when they put me on maternity leave, I started applying for jobs working from home, which is something I never thought that I would do, ever. I got into one position that was doing registry stuff for heart cath unit, and it just didn't work out. I didn't mesh well with the person there. It just honestly just wasn't a good fit. Tried real hard to make that one work, and it just didn't work, and I didn't know what to do. So then my last official day before I had to come back from maternity leave was Halloween of 2022. I had my son in August, and I was supposed to come back Halloween 2022. And still did not have a position, but I told Andy, I was like, I don't know what we're going to do, but we got to do it. I'm sorry, but I can't go back. And he said, absolutely, we're not going to go back. We'll figure it out. So Halloween 2022 comes around. I am still unemployed and officially without a job. That was a haunting day for our family, because I had never done that before. I've always gone from one job to another. You don't quit a job unless you have another job. That's the way my dad raised me. And that did not happen with this. And I said, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, but I know that this is what it's supposed to be. It's all in your hands. I don't know what else to do. November 1st, I wake up to do my 50 job applications in the morning on Indeed, and I come across an image analyst role, work from home, doing CT and MRI images. And I read through that thing and I said, this is my job. I don't know. I've never had the confidence like that before in my life. And I just said, I'm gonna have this job today. So I applied for it. I found the company online. I found the person that posted that job listing. I immediately emailed them personally, and then I called them like a freaking psycho would. But I just knew. I said, this is my job. I'm gonna have this job. He called me back that afternoon. He said, I don't know how you applied to this job so quickly. He said, I literally just posted it, and you were the first applicant. And then I got all your emails and your phone calls. And I said, well, I am the perfect fit for this job. And he said, well, have you ever done any post-processing before? Yes, of course I have. Of course I have not. I did not at that point. But that was going to be my job. That was going to be my job. I was going to have that job. And he said, well, this is perfect. You are the perfect fit for this job. When can you start? I said, today. I can start today. I can start right now if you want me to. Don't even have to send me a laptop. I've got a laptop. I will start right now if you let me. And within a week, I had started that job. And you start out really low on the pay scale, and that was a little scary for a while. But I've worked myself up to where I am now making more than I did at the hospital. I work from home now, and I've gotten to enjoy life as a mom. I didn't get that with Ray. I didn't, because I worked a lot whenever Ray was little. So she spent a lot of time with my mom. But from the time that Ronan was born, I guess that's why he's so attached to my hip. He's been my coworker since day one, meetings and everything else. And I never thought I would see myself here. If you would have told me 5 years ago that I'd be working from home, I would have told you a dirty liar. But that is one good thing that the pandemic did do, is make this position go online, which means I can work for a hospital system or work for a company that's based out of Washington in Kentucky, which is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. But yeah, that is my little work from home journey. That's how I got here. It's worked out better than I could ever imagine. It has freed up my life immensely. I'm not shackled to a hospital. I feel like it's made Andy and my's relationship a whole lot better, because when I was at the hospital, there were some rocky times, because I was just working. I worked all the time. I was always on call. There was 27 days of call, 25 to 27 days of call every single month, which, if you can do the math, that's a lot of days. It's a lot of days out of the month. I was never home. Which I feel like is the problem with Ray and how she's kind of high strung on stuff, is because I literally ran out. I ran out of so much of her younger life running to the hospital, saving lives, when I really needed to be saving my family. Not that I think it ever got to that point. I don't think it ever got to the point where, my family was in jeopardy, but I definitely put the career before my family. And I see that now, and I feel like I grew from it, and I feel like we've gotten closer because of it. But I am glad for where I am now, and the opportunities that this has afforded us. But yeah, taking a leap of faith out of in-person care. Now I don't know if I ever want to go back to in-person care. But yeah, that's how I ended up here. All right, everybody. Well, this is a little glimpse into my side of the world. I know that y'all see Andy's side of the world all the time, but this is Mrs. Do, and what I do what I do. I'll hand it back to the captain. This is co-captain signing off.